Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this edition of Reporter's Notebook. For those of you who've maybe never watched a Reporter's Notebook before, it's a really fun segment we get to do here at WNCT, sort of towards the end of our work days. We get to bring in some coworkers in here to the digital studio and chit-chat a little bit about the stories they cover for you guys each and every day, dive a little deeper into those stories, and talk about kind of what it's like to work in a newsroom behind the scenes here at WNCT. So today I am joined by possibly a new face for you guys on Reporter's Notebook, Miss Courtney Cortright. But she is not new, obviously, to WNCT. If you watch our weekday newscast, she is our weekday evening anchor for 5:30 and 10. So welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Happy Monday, Emily.
I know. Happy Monday. See, clearly, like, I can't even get my words out. It is obviously a Monday. I know.
It feels like a Monday, but at least it's nice outside.
It really does. And it is. It's beautiful outside. I'm so upset that this is the last, beautiful day of the week, really. And the rest of it, just soak it up today is really what you got to do. Oh, yes. Well, we are so happy to have you on Reporter's Notebook, and we wanted to bring you on today because you covered this really beautiful story about this little girl and the journey of her life that she's going on right now. So let's get right into it. Talk to us about Clara. Talk to us about Clara's story.
I can go on and on about Clara. She is just an inspiration. She is amazing. When you walk into a room, she immediately lights it up. I mean, I might be a little biased because she's the cutest thing ever. So there's a lot to say about Clara. She's, kind. She's outgoing. Oh my gosh, she's so uplifting. When she was younger, I believe 6 months, she was diagnosed with a rare genetic condition, distal 18q microdeletion. And doctors, her parents told me that, her mom, Jana, told me that they said that she would never walk, she would never talk, and she's doing just great. Like, she's walking, she's talking, she's singing. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait for you to see the story where you can see her belt out a song. Oh my gosh, she's just amazing. And the Chicot School in Greenville did this really amazing effort. Through kindness, their teacher, Catherine Bello, Mrs. Bello, likes to teach kindness and encouragement, and this is exactly what this initiative is. What they did was they made a student t-shirt to sell, and then that's going to go to Clara's, hopefully, her service dog. So they're going to try and get Clara a service dog or raise some funds to help support Clara in her journey with that service dog.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh, I love this. And I've had some video rolling during this. I didn't want to, interrupt you and just kind of let people see, some of the clips and see her, playing with some friends and these awesome t-shirts. I mean, This is just a beautiful, beautiful story.
It really is. And the student who created this t-shirt is obviously a student at the Chicot School, but it was in art class with Mrs. Bello, and they actually said, okay, Mrs. Bello was talking to me about it, and she said, the student said, I'm going to take like a profile of Clara, and I'm going to take a profile of the dog and mush them together and make a heart. It's supposed to look like a heart, but it is really amazing to see this community come together. And it's no surprise, honestly, ever since I moved here, I said this to Mrs. Thompson and Mrs. Bello, ever since I moved here, the community support when, you need somebody to rally around you, everyone's there for you. So the East is really special.
I think that is a really great point that we don't really maybe mention enough, is that there are so many amazing people in our community. I mean, there's so many beautiful stories of people getting out and doing these things for other people. And especially, again, because we are still in this global pandemic. And I think people a lot of the time forget that. And to know that, people are going above and beyond and going out of their way to make a difference in somebody else's life, especially, again, during a really hard time for a lot of people is so amazing.
Right. It truly is heartwarming. And, the t-shirt fundraiser is only going to last a couple more days, but they do have a GoFundMe going for Clara. And obviously in the link in the story, we'll share that with you just in case you want to donate, or if you want to, buy a t-shirt. There's also an email to reach out to Mrs. Bello if you want a t-shirt. So there are plenty of ways to help if you'd like to. And we just need more positivity. So this was something that I kept stressing, the fact that, they were like, oh my gosh, thank you for coming out and doing this story. I'm like, no, thank you for having us.
Yes.
We need a heartwarming, uplifting story. And just to see Clara run around, oh my gosh, it just makes me so happy.
Oh, I love that. And that's a great point too. I think, I make a point, I think, to do that a lot of the times when I go on stories that are, uplifting stories or those feel good stories. And these people, like you said, they're like, oh, thank you so much. And I'm like, no, thank you guys, seriously, because for us, especially as reporters and as anchors, to go out and cover these stories, a lot of the times, we are unfortunately covering really despairing and devastating stories. So to get that chance to cover these heartwarming and beautiful stories that get to put a smile on someone's face, I mean, it truly is a absolute pleasure for us to get to cover stories like that. So I think that was a really beautiful point. And I think a lot of people actually might be curious, Courtney, you know, because you are an anchor for us, how did you come about finding this story, and how did you kind of get into, you know, doing this story? Because it's not something, you know, our anchors typically do on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, so as most of you might know, some might not, we do run a 9 on the Positive Side show.
Yes.
It's on Saturdays and it's on Sunday at a new time.
Oh.
So 7 and noon. So one's on the NCT and one is on the Eastern North Carolina CWC. It's Monday. We're still like, wait.
Right.
You know, actually Jana tagged me in this, actually the station, and I just kind of looked through our comments and whatnot, but I've been really trying to find positive stories. And I either go through Facebook or, you know, sometimes people reach out to me, but this one was over Facebook, and I just read this post and it was like, I was like blown away. I mean, usually with positive stories, it touches our hearts somehow. But the fact that Jana was like, oh my gosh, you got to see what's going on in Mrs. Bellow's art class. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is like a piece after piece after piece that I could put together and, you know, go and get. And I ran out, you know, before, I think it was last week. I don't even know what date it is. Thursday.
Right.
To go and cover the story. And then I anchored, but, you know, to have the opportunity to go out and meet other people and still anchor is something that I'm really fortunate for, because some, you know, news stations just say, hey, you're going to anchor. But it's really nice for me to be able to say, no, I want you to see me out in the community and, you know, say hi if you see me in a grocery store. You know what I mean? That kind of thing, and kind of connect with people in that way, instead of just being behind the desk and saying, hey, I got really important stuff to tell you. But now I'm like in your face saying, here's the camera. No, but you know what I mean? Like just trying to connect with people in a different way. So it's really fun. So if anybody has any more stories, let me know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I love that. That is so awesome. Yeah. And if you guys got any good story ideas, send them Courtney's way. She's ready for them.
We're all about positivity.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, well, thank you so much, Courtney, for sharing a little bit about Clara's story. I think this is, again, just such a beautiful story to share. So amazing. And if you guys want more information, of course, you know, this is going to air tonight at WNCT, and there's going to be more information on our web page as well. Some links to the GoFundMe, some other social media posts about Clara, things like that. So please feel free to check that stuff out. Thank you, Courtney, for taking the time out of your day to join us. I know you're busy. You got to get out there in a couple minutes to go anchor. So I greatly appreciate you jumping in here with me real quick. And thank you guys for watching another Reporter's Notebook, and we'll see you next time.